African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the Special Military Operation on the 28th of April, 2023. Russian aerospace forces launched a high-precision long-range air-based missile strike against temporary deployment points of armed forces of Ukraine reserves. The goal of the attack has been reached. All the assigned targets have been neutralized. The movement of the enemy reserves into the combat areas has been prevented. In Kupiansk direction, operational tactical and Army aviation, as well as artillery of the Zapad group of forces inflicted a fire damage on the enemy units close to Dvireknia, Timkovka, Kropmelnoy, and Tabievka, Kharkov region. 2 Ukrainian sabotage and reconnaissance groups have been thwarted near Sinkovka and Kislavka, Kharkov region. The enemy losses were up to 75 Ukrainian servicemen, 2 armored fighting vehicles, and 1 D-20 howitzer. 1 ordnance depot of 127th Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine has been destroyed near Sinelnikovo, Kharkov region. In Krasny Lyman direction, the attacks, launched aviation and artillery of the center group of forces, have resulted in the neutralization of armed forces of Ukraine units near Terny, Donetsk People's Republic, and Chervenaya Dybrova, Lugansk People's Republic. The enemy losses were up to 85 Ukrainian servicemen, 2 motor vehicles, 1 AUC3I self-propelled artillery system, and 1 D-30 howitzer. In Donetsk direction, assault groups continue to destroy armed forces of Ukraine units and foreign mercenaries in the western part of Artyomovsk. The airborne troops together with the units of the U group of forces from the flanks prevent the enemy attempts to bring additional reserves to Artyomovsk. Operational tactical and Army aviation, as well as artillery and heavy flamethrower systems of the U group of forces have neutralized the armed forces of Ukraine manpower close to Bogdanovka, Chasov Yar, Nikolaevka, Krasnoy, and Predtikino, Donetsk People's Republic. The Russian aviation have made 6 sorties in this area during the day. The group's artillery have performed 52 firing missions. The enemy losses were up to 300 Ukrainian servicemen and mercenaries, 3 infantry fighting vehicles, 4 armored fighting vehicles, 8 motor vehicles, as well as a D-30 howitzer. Missile troops have struck the Ukrainian Joint Defense Headquarters in Artyomovsk, as well as the units of the so-called Foreign Legion near Konstantinovka, Donetsk People's Republic. 1 U.S.-manufactured and /TPQ-50 counter-battery warfare radar has been destroyed near Bondanoy, Donetsk People's Republic. In South Donetsk and Zaporozhye directions, aviation, as well as artillery and heavy flamethrower systems of the Vostok group of forces inflicted a fire damage on the enemy units near Vodyanoy, Pavlovka, Novopol, Donetsk People's Republic, and Cherivnoy, Zaporozhye region. In addition, the Actions 1 Armed Forces of Ukraine Sabotage and Reconnaissance Group were disrupted close to Marfapol, Zaporozhye region. The enemy losses were up to 40 Ukrainian servicemen, 2 motor vehicles and 2 howitzers, STB and D-30 howitzers. In Kherson direction, the enemy losses were up to 65 Ukrainian servicemen, 3 motor vehicles, 1 AUC3I self-propelled artillery system, as well as 1 D-30. Operational tactical and Army aviation, missile troops and artillery of the armed forces of the Russian Federation have neutralized 86 artillery units of the armed forces of Ukraine at their firing positions, manpower and military hardware at 112 areas. Fighter aviation of Russian aerospace forces has shot down 1 Mi-8 of Ukrainian Air Force near Drobashevo, Donetsk People's Republic. Air defense facilities have intercepted 8 HIMARS and Uragan rocket-propelled projectiles, as well as 5 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles close to Berestovoy, Kharkov region, Kirilovka, Kremnets, Novoandrievka, Donetsk People's Republic, and Peremoznoye, Zaporozhye region. In total, 413 airplanes, 229 helicopters, 3,887 unmanned aerial vehicles, 421 air defense missile systems, 8,887 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,095 fighting vehicles equipped with MLRS, 4,679 field artillery guns and mortars, as well as 9,820 units of special military vehicles have been destroyed since the beginning of the special military operation. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.